Alrighty. Where were we at? Pendrana Drifts. Heck yeah, baby. Ow! Ah, yeah. How about this? Let's give that a shot. Might need to turn down the mic a bit. Yeah, let's turn that down. Testing 1, 2. Alright, if I raise my voice, I am not hitting yellow. Okay. I think that's a good place to be, kiddos. Alright. Okay, I remember now. I intended to... Let's see here. I just wish this camera had better zoom. And I wasn't such a dingus. 1 second. Change the appearance of my not very charming closet. Meanwhile, the Samus goes round and round and round and round. And I'm out of focus. Nice. Alright. Low quality dabbing. Alright, so we're not going straight for Thardus just yet. We're going to do a little bit of a cleanup here. I believe when I ended the last stream, I intended to get out of this area off camera and then come back, start the stream when I was like at Chozo Ruins. We're going to go around, we're going to grab some minuscule stuff. Oh, right, and now full-grown Mama She-Goth occupies 1 or 2 of the spaces that the children inhabited before. Alright. Wakey wakey, sucker. Alright. I don't currently have access to another elevator out of Vendrana. So we're just going to go back to Magmore Caverns, retrace our steps to the Chozo Ruins at the back end where Flagra was. See what happens. And hopefully by next stream, some point in the next 3 days, I intend to get a shelf up right here. My camera will come facing this way instead. And I'll decorate the wall with memorabilia and such relevant to the platform or the series I am playing on or in. Make things look prettier, you know? One of those big boy displays. Like, I'm always impressed by Gerard Khalil's... Ooh. In... Okay, you're not gonna come fight me? Fine. I don't need you. Gerard Khalil from the Completionist on YouTube. He always has a really, really nice getup behind him. They have a lot of memorabilia in the Completionist studio. They have special editions and figurines. I mean, my best figurine is... Let's see, I used to have the Assassin's Creed 3 Collector's Edition. I sold it a while back, so don't have that. But I do have the Metroid Prime 3 Figma Samus in her various suit, which I dearly love, and I want to get the other M and Zero Suit Samus one day, hopefully. Maybe tax return will go into that kind of pursuit. Keep those puffers from gassing me up too much, because that gas hits hard on anything other than normal difficulty. Oh, you patsy. That's the one. That's the one that takes 2 missiles to blow up when it should take a super missile. So you can actually get this one a heck of a lot earlier if you know what to look for. This can very well be your very first one, too. And which way did I come from? It doesn't matter. Cotton Eye Joe, we're going Chozo Ruins. Oh, there it is. I couldn't see where I was going for a minute. Alright. Thank you, random citizen, for viewing my stream. I greatly appreciate it. Ooh. I was hoping that was like gonna AoE all 3 of them. Yeah, and depending on which area you come in, they spawn the Shriek Bats on the far side of where you are located every time. Oh, seriously? You dingbat. Yep, I doubled back like a moron. I rarely ever go up this. Just like the descent. I don't know what it is about that room. Going back up it makes me realize that the descent into Magmore Caverns is just super cool. Super well done and all that. Wow, man. God, I just, I can't help but love this game. I can't help it. I think I took care of everything in the dark sector of the ruins. The deep ruins is what I call this area past here. And those are just Trozo ruins proper, but let's see, I do not have access to these. There is some stuff out in this area though, so I've already opened the vault and gotten the energy tank in there. No, missile expansion. The energy tank came from the high door back in the plaza. The music, man. Never go wrong with this music. Need grapple to get that one. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. No, there's no fun in that. If you sequence break and get early space jump boots in the GameCube version, you get your missile launcher right when you enter the freaking place. There actually is a sandstone bomb slot I can open up. And by bomb slot I mean opening for the morph ball. Bomb slot is the device that is triggered by it. Okay, I haven't gotten this missile expansion in a very long time. You turd. Frickin' puppy guarding the entryway like a frickin' coward. Oh, I can tank it. Lob off 2/3 of an energy tank just by walking through a bunch of little small boys. You, I'm going to kill. Dude, Wave Beam's more powerful than I remember. Ain't there a cordite structure ingrained into one of these stone or tree structures. Pretty sure there's something I can blow open with a super missile in this room. Ah, ruined war wasp hive. I forget there's a scan for that. Etching resembles a bird-like creature. You don't say! I'd swear on my life that there was a cordite structure protecting something. Oh, you get into the sun's view. Ah! Oh, that's fun. I like that. Unnaturally dried and withered leaves. Okay, that's not cool. Come on. I know I'm missing something here. You were there by my side all along. God, I miss Bloodborne. I need to hook up my PS4 and just play that. You know what? I might do that when I'm done with the stream here. I'll just man up, take the time to find my power supply, and get my PS4 plugged in. It's lonely, though. That's the thing. There we go. Alright, floor is lava. If I touch that floor, I'm dead. I gotta get back up there. Jumping off the tree. Alright, I'm dead. Okay, I don't think there's a way for me to get back up that way. Yeah, I think it was only watching, it was watching a randomizer that I learned that was actually there. I can't say I remember that hiding spot for that missile expansion back in the day when I played this several times as a teenager. So yeah, silly goose am I. Not like Untitled Goose Game Goose. That is not a silly goose. That is a hostile goose, and I love him for it. I actually have to. I maybe should have come here after Thardus, because now I have to waste time coming back. Sorry. Took some air down the wrong tube. Boop. So I need Spider Ball from Thardus to hold up once I get inside that. Pretty sure boundary breaking can also get you in there. I feel like I've seen someone do some nifty platforming on a 100% speed run to get in there. And I'm pretty sure there's at least one missile expansion in here. Let's see what we can find. seismic symbols channel heat energy. Oh, I'm already on wave beam, you idiot. I thought it was a... Holy mackerel, that's a lot of bees. You'd think a well-armed bounty hunter would be able to kill a big hornet sticking right in front of her visor. Thanks, Reaper Vines. I love you too. Oh, you dictator. Piss off. Thank you. Son of a gun! Ugh. Get nade. Just hoping I don't botch that jump again. Oh, good, there's a 20 energy. Perfect, I'm almost topped off now. Boom. I'm just that good. And then... there is nothing on the way to Flagra. I did get Tangleweed, Venomweed, right. Ooh, what a foreboding approach to the boss. Invulnerable to weapons fire. That's some pretty hardy stuff if it's invulnerable to weapons fire. Especially fire. Lo, Reaper! If you get that reference, you are a high-class individual. The best Metroid, but as per usual, my phone is like, oh, Breezy is streaming, guess I better drop connection. Yay! It's alright, actually, you know I love you regardless. Thanks for showing up, man. Appreciate ya. Hope your shifts are going well lately. Heaven knows mine have been improving. Good grief, it's about bloody time. I've only been wanting to blow my head off with a 12 gauge for 4 straight months. Not really, but goodness gracious, it's been annoying as heck. Disturbances found in the quarantine zone. Seismic disturbances, too. Which way am I facing? Arboretum. Okay, Ruined Fountain, that's where I came from. Alright, on the other side of the room. My bad. Yoink. Okay, there's one up above. Hit that dank save station just to play it safe. Alright. And who's buzzing me? People are so good. Ooh, Zelda Dungeon. Heck yeah. If I had, like, an actual following, I'd be like, hey, a couple of you guys go check out the Zelda Dungeon stream. Skyward Sword 100% run. Oh, that does not sound fun for Game Grumps anyways. I like watching people react, especially expert historians react to Omaha Beach scenes from video games. Heck yeah. That sounds awesome. Alright. Sorry, I gotta text this one thing real quick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the reason. Boom! Ah! I did not at all aim that way, sir. It's the one above the grate up above me. And nothing else, correct? Yes, there's nothing there. Real quick, I'm going to check the watery hole. I feel like I might not have gotten that bomb opening. Okay, yeah, I did. Good, good. Kill yourselves. Suckers! I don't know, for some weird reason my brain thought maybe I didn't pick this up. Wasn't even aiming there. And hey, maybe I am wrong about what's on the other side of this door. Funny that missiles aren't concussive enough to kill them, but charge shots are. Very odd indeed. Also, Axel, yes, best Metroid indeed. Moderate mechanical activity indicates machine is still active. Yeah, don't say. Oh, okay. I knew there was a reason. There's an energy tank above, spider ball only, but there's a missile expansion in behind the grate in the wall. Heck yeah, baby. Oh, I love it when my gut feelings are right. No, you imbecile. Alright, out we go. I believe I already got a missile blast door scan too, so I shouldn't need to worry about that. Nice. Get in there. That's what she said. Whoop. Shoop the whoop. Boom. Dude, that was kind of close with those blast caps. Boom. Roasted. Boom. Roasted. For some weird reason, that got me. That totally got me. Being right up in those freaking... Those, dude, seeing a shriek bat in the real world, like, flicking on a light in a cave and seeing those things, that would be a bit much. That would freak me out more than seeing most other kind of creatures hanging from walls. I'd probably rather see a spider than a real shriek bat. That would be weird, man. Two little streams of the wave beam killed all four of them in one go. I love it. This is just a shortcut to evade the eyes. There's no expansion down here. That's what I thought. Always dank, though. Aw, you turd. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was the smartest bat of them all. Alright. Was there always? Yes, there was. I just never use it. I never use that way in. I completely forgot that hallway existed. I'm going to be totally real with you. I can't honestly remember looking to the right and noticing that thing was there. Wow. Medical augmentation required. Yeah, I came back inside the furnace forever ago. Actually did it after beating the incinerator drone barbed war wasp encounter. Burn Dome, the only thing available, and there's a missile expansion tucked in the back after you get your bombs, so pretty sure I do not need to go there. Cleaned out everything from there, and there, and there. I got that too. Plan Overworld. I'll stop by there after Thardus. I'll go visit the ship after all that crap. So, for now, we done. Back to the best snow ice level in gaming history. Andromeda Drifts. This would be where I'd put a timestamp in to, or just like crop out the boring transit footage. But you're stuck with me in real time, and in the future, if you're watching the YouTube video, I'm gonna say it's probably a safe bet to skip ahead about 4 full minutes from now. Yeah, go for 4 minutes, and I'm probably gonna be on my way back into... I'm gonna be in late Magmore in 4 minutes, honestly, so probably go for 6. Snap. It'll give me an opportunity to clean up any little thing I might have missed in this area. Oh yeah, I just remembered I did get the missile expansion in the wall here in the next room. Tosser. Got a creepy ambience of this place. Extermination! I got this, but I'm gonna... For safety's sake, I'm gonna go through again. Okay, cool. Oi, what? You gonna blow up? Golf streams are nasty. I hate looking at them. I hate seeing them at the bases of trees in the real world. They make me want to gag. But I can tolerate them on my pizza, so they ain't all bad. Boink. It's already been a couple minutes since I said, hey, skip ahead 4 minutes. So yeah, 4 minutes will put me definitely in Magmore. So another 5 minutes or so from now. Dang it, I missed my lift. Oh my gosh. You cuck. Dick stick. That was a bit much for a stream where I try to keep things PG. Sorry about that. Right. Stop it, Samus. So, fun fact I just learned today. Axel actually knows this because he was in chat with me. The sound that's popular in Roblox is actually from Anakin in Star Wars Episode 1 Racer on the N64 and also later ported to PC. So yeah, it was young Anakin's from when he got his pod racer dinged. Axel, if you're available at the moment, remind me what young Anakin's actor was from Phantom Menace. I forget his freaking name. My whistle game's gotten pretty weak as of late. Pretty sure COVID's had a part to play in that. Alright, my first tangle with the actual pirate arrow troopers. Oh, he got his kamikaze in there. Bro, you are all freaking over the place. Chill. Also, do not turn on the thermal visor in this place. Okay, you know what? Never mind. This is going to be fun. Let's do it. Shades of orange. This is by far the superior version of the Norfair theme. I actually think I said that in my first or second stream of this. Nope. Challenge mode. This is a whole new way to see the game. Ooh. His jetpack went ice cold after he died. That was odd. Alright, there we go. Goodness, this game is hard to look at. I know I got the E-tank in there. Alright, opposite end of the spectrum. Hot to cold, baby. You're hot, you're cold, you're yes, then you're no, you're in, then you're out, bow chicka bow wow, you're up, then you're down. Alright, take me on Google. Jake Lloyd. Poor guy. American former child actor. Young Anakin is, or Jake Broadbent. He's in jail. He wound up in jail or prison for stuff. Been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. And then anosognosia, which causes a lack of insight into his illness. Lloyd may be several years removed from the Hollywood spotlight, but for many Star Wars fans, he'll always have a special place as the young Anakin Skywalker. Amen to that, Jake. You deserve better than what people freaking did to you. What they drove you to. And, you know, people's choices are their choices. But I gotta help feeling like the Star Wars fan base is somewhat responsible for how bad he ended up turning out. Feel really bad for him, man. Super not cool. I'm just glad that Hayden Christensen's coming back. I can't believe he's coming back to Star Wars as Vader. I'm very much looking forward to... Oh! I don't like it. Oh, God. She got the thermal visor is not pretty. Oh, I do not like it. I got those little avionic flyers. Flicker bat, thank you. Regrettably, I can't do that until I've beaten Thardus either. Let's find that. Let's find that glass opening. Not that glass opening, that frozen ice bit. Okay. Hey, kiddo. Yeah, stay dead in your ditch where you belong. Baby suckhole. Baby shark, baby shark. I don't remember switching to power. Oh, yeah, I switched to power beam to use a super missile, you dingus. Ah! Oh, son of a baconator. Alright, how do I get out of here? Okay. Why am I so bad at finding out how to get on this stupid elevated lift? Dude, I'm so bad at it now. Bum 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 bum. Alright. And I'm positive I got everything in the Chozo Ice Temple. Right. Right? Stupid. Holy! Jeez Louise! A pulse bomb has never creeped me out. Or scared me in any way, shape, or form. It's made me tense just because for some weird reason, like, getting that charge and he shows up like that is a little bit like, you know, gets my heart rate up a couple BPM, but nothing like actual fear. Like that jump scare I just got from freaking Metroid Prime. What even is up with me anymore, dude? Holy cow. Okay, yeah, there's nothing for me in here. Yeah, I don't like the way that pulse bomber made me feel. True story. Oof. Oh! Dodged like a beast. And little baby turd blossoms are back. It's your boy Breeze. We're back with She-Goth sniping. Oi, Slag, what you gonna do? Rush me? Eat my phasing, sucker. Oh, that's the first she got this playthrough that didn't do the roaring death animation. I do feel kind of bad, but with things that big, not very much. Purple nurples. Alright. Let's save for posterity. 45 minutes in. All right. I aim to be in bed in 3.5 hours or so. We'll stream for at least another hour and a half, hopefully. My current goal slash dream for streaming is just like, you know, to get like a few active people instead of one person who usually isn't chatting, hanging around. I just like to have a few people more consistently, and then get, oh, that's right, we got a shortcut now, we got space jump boots after getting boost ball. I want to hopefully get a different position at my job that would give me the 6:30 to 3 shift that I so desire. Doesn't have as much health as the boss she got, I don't think, but oh my gosh, he is still gravitating all my energy shots. That is hysterical. So that I can, like, you know, get off work by 3:30 at the latest, because I like doing a little overtime on the side, bolster my paychecks a bit. I want to, like, be home before 4:30 or 5 for once in my life, because I haven't gotten the opportunity to get home even remotely early. Alright. Fight the fear, run past. Whew. God, I hate having a predator like that on my 6. It just does not sit well with me. So yeah, if I can swing that at work, I can do my Wednesday streams earlier. Apparently, being near a Sheegoth can bounce you off the ground. And I guess she went back to sleep. Because I do believe if you break line of sight, a Sheegoth can actually return to its spawning place and take a nap. Since putting them into a dirt nap is only temporary, there's no reason for me to kill them in pretty much most every case. Alright. Oh, the music. Man. During the first snow of a season, of a winter season, I love to put this song on. Either when I go for a walk in the snowfall or when I drive in it. Amazing feeling driving in snow listening to Phendrana Drifts, especially when it's like when the clouds are all across the sky, there's not a hint of sunlight, and and the sky is basically like grayish blue. Sorry, I had to focus for a second. Gotta do the thing again, because I just remembered this exists. God, yeah, now the camera finally feckin' goes the way I'm entering in. You suck. You narc. Alright, cool. Yeah, I would love to get off work by between 3 and 3:30, be home by like 4:15, 4:30, and then I can like, you know, get home, relax for a little bit, and I can like set up for like a 5:30 stream at the latest. But more commonly, I would like to do 5 p.m. streams, my time, which is 7 Eastern. I would like to do 7 p.m. Eastern streams on 2 weekdays, not just one. Because currently, I just feel like my life's a mess and I need to put a little more time in for my own sake. And not just stream more often, but I like to stream with a plan. I don't like to, I feel weird for just doing, oh hey, tweeting an impromptu Destiny stream, because when I'm not streaming, I'm most likely to play Destiny, and I feel like I don't have much of a footing to grow in the Destiny stream community, though maybe I need to like actually give it a shot, because you just gotta keep at it to get followers and subs and all that, and especially concurrent viewers. So if I just stream more often, they're more likely to come. It's like, what is it? Field of Dreams, like if you build it, they will come. Like, I'm not building it very much. So that's what I feel like. Meanwhile, we're back at Thardus now. Back where we began. Alright, finally something interesting, and it only took 45 minutes for us to get here. Oh gosh, that shadow on the floor is pixelated. Like a mother, holy crap. It probably looks better on the old screens, huh? Another reason we could use a Prime HD remake on Switch. Just Prime 1. We don't need a trilogy port. I'd rather they just HD remake this game on par with Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary and Halo 2 Anniversary. I'm pretty sure there was a hair on my tongue. How does it roar if it doesn't have a mouth? But I love Thardus as a concept. It's so cool to make a rock monster work in a sci-fi game. Sentient creature of stone charged with phase and radiation. You turd. Better run! I like to just run clockwise and see if he's able to pin me down. Hi there. Alright. And sometimes it makes you clench your butt cheeks when you're just like, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way! When he's rolling towards you. Alright, second phase. Apparently lightning generates fog. Coward. I ain't afraid of you! Oh, let's make the old boy feel like he's actually getting something done. Did I know he had an AoE stomp? big shoulder rocks off. Oh, he got me. I wonder if there's any kind of wall clip you can do with that. That would be interesting if there was. Alright, now third phase, returning to regular visibility. Electrocute away the fog. Electrocute away the lights, man. Nah, don't do that. That would be weird. Scrub. Oh, when you work so hard, but you don't succeed. Oh, you Fruit Loop. What the H. John Benjamin was that? I haven't depleted my missiles in a boss fight in a very long time. Much less this guy. Auto lock and Turd Blossom. Loser! Okay, again with the rolling through the walls, bro. Chill. Yeah, there's not enough of that vertigo strain phasing left in him to maintain his form. King. She's like, looks back. Alright. Spider ball, spider ball. We will eat your spider balls. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. 1 hour mark. Alright. Good to be back. How's Mickey Rourke doing, I wonder? Also, why did I get on the rails here? That's the way. This is the way. Do you know the way? And then there's an energy tank in the Quarantine Cave monitor chamber. You need the grapple beam to get to. No, it's a power bomb expansion, I believe. Because once you get the grapple beam in whatchamacallit zone, you have access to the power bombs, which is just farther down in that zone. In case you're watching this game for the first time on YouTube in the future, I'm not going to spoil what zone we're talking about, but it's an interesting area to be in. Magmore Cavern South, the far south end. It's funny enough, on the south end of Magmore Caverns is an elevator to said zone. And now, Spider Ball gives us access to the deeper reaches of the Chozo ruins. Celeste is playing Overwatch. Nice. I haven't been tempted to play Overwatch in quite a while. Nice. That's awesome. For the sake of like safety and information of all that, I'm not going to repeat what I just read, but it's pretty freaking awesome. And going up those spider ball tracks on the other side of that elevator, by the way, leads to an ice beam door. That's right, I have access to the ice beam. Yas. We're gonna make our way into Chozo Ruins soon. After we go... Wow! That guy went the distance just to try and seppuku into me. Alright. Ah, yes. Got a mini puzzle to get done in here. Ah, yes. Energy conduits. Boom. Ah, yes, they're great. Silly me. Wait. I hit the third one already? I randomly triggered... I randomly triggered one of those 3 spots. Okay, we got these 2. So, you're telling me I hit that without even trying, or as far as my memory serves, even looking towards it. Because I jumped down, targeted the arrow troopers, and immediately started shooting at them. What? Bro, what the frick? Shut the front frickin' door, bro. Oh, screw off. Get nade. Alright. This is where the fun begins. Okay, we gotta go straight across. Alright, and then the north channel, so we're just gonna go back out the opening and take the first exit counterclockwise from the exit we're about to go out. No, you imbecile! Thank you. I get it, it's hard to make the camera do exactly what you want or go where you want, but goodness gracious, does it really fight you once in a while. Gotta love it. Oh, I went from... Oh yeah, I got another energy tank earlier. I went from 5 to 7. You know what? You're just helping me along. For helping me along, I'm gonna let you live. In isolation, without your mate. You douchebag. Okay, yes, I got him. Okay. That leads to an elevator I can't reach, and that's my way out of here. May as well go get it on the map real quick. It's got some Bendesium rubble that only power bombs, high-yield explosives, can clear. And we're not getting power bombs for a nice long while. And then Impact Crater, except they don't show the artifact temple up above it, which is interesting, but it's probably saving processing space kind of concern. I would love to see that kind of thing in an HD remake, though. I think it's better. I really think it's better to just do an HD remake of Prime 1 for Switch. Because Switch is already, like, built for how the GameCube version played. Puddle Spore. And I'm pretty sure this is based off the Spore spawn from Super Metroid, except it's not tethered to something and swinging from the ceiling. But it looks exactly the same. Alright, cool. I scanned that little bugger a while back. Yeah, burrower. Magma processing. Geothermal core. I think magma processing is the room up above where we get the classified beam. I need grapple to get anything else in here. I'm not going to kill him mercifully. There we go. Nice. Oh, there we go. There she goes. That's a speedrunner strat right there, baby. This is a get nay nade and wreck strat. Target what I want, you idiot. It's worth it. Trade health for ammo. A fair deal of ammo. Wait, am I exactly where I want to be? I'm exactly where I want to be. And these jets don't turn off. Ugh. Alright. Oh. Although I didn't post my stream link somewhere else I really should have. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about Star Wars. Goodness gracious, yeah. Today's awesome news. Lucasfilm Games has announced a new Star Wars project with a Ubisoft company that made The Crew and Far Cry 3, apparently. And it's apparently an open world Star Wars game. It's in early development, so they don't really have many details on it. But they have confirmed pretty much that EA does not have the exclusive license. Hopefully they don't get to make any more Star Wars games, period. But, you know, Squadrons and Fallen Order have been their overall critically best work because they didn't have the controversy from Battlefront 1 and 2 and all the, you know, microtransactions issues. So they've done a lot better since Jedi Fallen Order, but they lost so much goodwill and everyone already hates EA, right? and because of Battlefront 1 and 2, it only got worse and worse from there. So I'm like, okay, why are we keeping these guys on this? I mean, yeah, sure, they've proved. Thank you for the follow, man. Took that damage. Yeah, you're my man. I was in your Destiny stream. I joined your Destiny stream right after we raided, actually. So, can follow that guy. You saw him on screen. Go give him a follow. And yeah, great content coming from that guy. We're all working on boosting each other up, not boosting each other up, like lifting each other up, and becoming better streamers. Talking about making donations work. And honestly, I need to start. I need to connect my PayPal one of these days and start giving people the option to give me their money. Good to have you, Damage. Good to see you. And then I very much wanna like get people like together to do fun stuff. I really wanna do raids again. I want to do all 3 currently available raids in Destiny. Like every week, you know. I miss the days when our homeboys would all do all 3 characters of King's Fall. We had them all done inside of like 4 hours because we were just that good at it. And holy crap, I'm back in Talon Overworld. I just totally zoned out there for a minute. Alright, let's see if there's any Spider Ball access nearby. There's nothing for me to gain out there. You know what? I'm going to go check the Artifact Temple, see if those other totems are lit up. Forget Crash Site. I can't access anything without the Gravity Suit. Can't access that without the Classified Beam. And I can't get up to that door without something else. Doing Deepstone Crypt again on Friday. Next week we're talking about doing Last Wish. Heck yeah, I want to do Last Wish more than anything else. I really miss that raid. Garden of Salvation, the only thing is that freaking Sanctified Mind just gets on my nerves. Sanctified Mind is one of the tougher raid bosses in the Destiny series. Because everyone has a hard time coordinating getting their crap, because building is such a nuisance. And then, I don't know, I've had a couple really solid teams for the Sanctified Mind battle, but most of the times it's just, you know, there's a few competent guys and then the other 3 people are just having little issues. Like, I've been one of those guys. I've been the guy who missed his portal to go offsides and gather the red and the blue motes to, you know, power the frickin' damage phase so that you can actually deal damage to the boss, because you can't get to damage phase if you're not getting those motes. Gotta get those motes! So much going on in that fight, yeah. Building is... If building were a little bit simpler, I think the overall experience would be easier, but it's a raid boss. It doesn't need to be easier. I like the challenging bosses. Still, to this day, my proudest accomplishment in a raid, Axis challenge mode back in Wrath of the Machine and Destiny 1. That is such a technically impressive encounter. Getting everything to a T is a very, very stringent challenge, and you have next to no time to pull it off. Goodness gracious, by golly, when we did it, it was a high that I haven't really had replicated since. That's the raid you've never done? Ah, oh, that's a shame. That's why. Hopefully they unvault. You know, they say they don't intend on just keeping unvaulting old destinations. Then they're just gonna have to bring Destiny 1 to PC and optimize it. Like, oh hey, Destiny the Collection, like $30. You know, just the whole thing, and then you have 3 level 40 boosters and 320 gear drops, so that you're able to do everything basically except Wrath of the Machine, and you just have to, you know, you just have to play for 10 hours to grind up your gear, and then you're set for everything except weekly rotating challenge modes. You know, that's the kind of thing I wish they could find the time to do, but bringing Destiny 1 up to, you know, what we have on Series X right now with the optimization, frame rates, FOV slider. Just like going back and doing that with Destiny 1 is like, what's the point other than to be nostalgia sluts, which is a nice thing, but they really, really just need to keep their focus on Destiny 2 right now, so I wouldn't expect them to do that. However, it would be nice if they just brought all of Destiny 1's content into Destiny 2 with the performance upgrades we got now. That's the ideal scenario in my mind that hopefully we can get some measure of someday. But for now, I'm not counting on it, and we'll just have to play on PS4 and Xbox One until then. I actually think I did install Destiny 1 on my Series X. Never gotten old. Is there another spider ball track nearby? Oh, yes, there's another spider ball track nearby. And okay, I gotta cross the Arboretum to get to it. Okay, so I can go get that. I think it's the energy tank of that elevator I was looking at like 40 minutes ago. Last time I was here. Ooh, let's top off our health real quick. Don't worry about missiles. We got 45. We got plenty. I'm sure we'll see a lot of D1 and D2. Like, I hope they put Prison of Elders. Oh, that would be amazing. It wouldn't be the same without Varric, though, because he's got to stay on Europa as the vendor, right? Or, you know what, he could remotely do that. Yeah, that would be cool. If Tron's Crossing got upgraded and, you know, he got the secure facility, we fixed his arm. You know, I think what would have to happen for that, I think Petra or Mara has to come back to the Reef for that to happen. So, you know what? My theory, I bet if they do plan to bring back Prison of Elders, they'll do it during Witch Queen. I think that would be the ideal time, because that... I have a feeling Dreaming City is going to get vaulted at the end of this year. Like, Season of Rivals taking away Io and the darkness swirling everything up, I'm pretty sure. And it might not happen, but Savathun moving on the Dreaming City, because, you know, they're trying to get control of it for all these years. The way to do that would be... I mean, the way I can see it getting vaulted is, basically, we get a shot at destroying Karaya, Blade Transform, so that we can break the cycle. And, like, Savathun's retaliation is basically sending in as much as she can muster to, like, blow the place up. Or she, like, taints the thing with her taken so bad that Petra has to evacuate. And then, like, okay, it's quarantined, so it's gonna get vaulted. Kind of like the Plague Lands. We haven't had access to the Plague Lands since Rise of Iron. And we still don't. Maybe one day they'll unvault that too. I'm like, you know, they do what they say they do, which is gonna be the, they tweak it, you know, they add the lost sectors, they update the aesthetic of the place to suit the flow of time since we were last there. So, like, if Siva's not gonna make a big grandiose return, which I'm okay with, they'd probably want to take down the Siva fabrication facilities that the Fallen were using. Because they, I don't know if you've, like, seen the Plague Lands or not, they got these, like, factory machines online. And they put in their own tech to pump out Siva production. So they could bolster the Devil Splicers' strength in the area. So yeah, I'm not really counting on getting the Plague Lands. That's one of the least likely destinations to get unvaulted. I think one of the more likely is Venus. I want the Ishtar Sink back so bad. I would give just about anything to go back to Venus proper. But then again, sometime in the next 6 months or so, hopefully we're getting vaulted glass. I can't wait! Oh... It cannot come soon enough, man. I am very much looking forward to it. If you're still here, Damage, do you remember which way they said if they weren't going to change anything if they were just going to bring back Vault of Glass as it was, or if they were going to change and update anything. Because I would be okay with them having standard. It's like, okay, the Vault of Glass, you know, and then like, you know, they had the heroic and the normal. You select your mode. Instead of difficulty changing, it's like a version of the Vault of Glass. We're like, hey, there's an updated Vault of Glass raid. Instead of just like going back in time and reliving the old Vault of Glass, you have like some new mechanics, maybe a new boss encounter, a hidden area kind of thing. Because personally, I want them to throw wyverns at us in Vault of Glass. I think that would be a really, really interesting move, because wyverns only came into the game with Beyond Light, and they are such a weird Vex unit. They came in like wrecking balls, and they've shaken up how we fight the Vex now. Because, you know, Harpies are like data processors, Hydras handle the computational power, Goblins and Hobgoblins are kind of just like extensions of their processing, but Wyverns seem to be built for combat, for contesting us. They probably will bring Venus back. They said they were mainly going to make visual tweaks. You might be on something. I can't quite remember for sure. They're going to have to change it up a bit to balance with D2 mechanics. Probably put champions in. Yeah, again, I'm good with that kind of thing too. Why am I going this way? I am 100% clear in this sector. There is no reason for me to ever come back into this on this playthrough. Watery Hall. Very interesting architecture, the Chozo. Ah, yes, we got to ascend. Ooh. And son of a gun, playing Destiny 2 on Series X has been incredible. Load times are amazing. Load times have even improved for Destiny 1. Love that. But yeah, I just wish I had more people on Xbox. I wish I had a handful of dedicated people that were like always like down, like, oh yeah, I can definitely get on tomorrow and just do an old raid with you. But I don't have anyone on my friends list that's willing to do that. There's one guy that's always talking like, hey, let's play Destiny 1, but because we can't get a raid team together, we never play. So I have one friend who would be up for it. My buddy Shark, but that's it. Which is why one reason I created my my Lone Wolves Discord server, which is mostly Halo and Destiny themed. It's basically like, hey, let's get people together. We'll get private matches on Destiny where we're like, oh, hey, you know, everyone equip Drang and only use that, you know, no shaders, call a man with the golden gun, that kind of thing. And oh, like, we're all hunters, we can only use Drang and golden gun. That's why I wish they would let us tune our weapon settings. It would be nice to make one hit kill weapon strength, or no melee strength, turn off our abilities to use supers, or like jumping, so that not having jumping would kind of ruin certain maps, so I get why they wouldn't do that, but I wish to death we could at least change weapon settings so that I could make everything a one-hit kill, because, you know, they could give us Team Scorched, that kind of thing, because that's the closest thing to a Halo level custom game that we've gotten in Destiny. New Chozo lore. Okay, the thing I do with these damages, I actually read the Space Pirate logs and the Chozo lore entries. Chozo script translated. What is this otherworldly pestilence that infests the land, seeking out life in its blind need for corruption? And where did the meteor that brought it originate? Was it crafted by alien hands, or is it a roving chunk of a planet that suffered a violent end? Ding ding ding, smart Chozo, that's technically pretty much correct. Spoilers for Metroid Prime 3, the Phazon comes from a planet made of Phazon. Our minds quail in horror at the thought that long ago, in some corner of the universe as yet unseen by our eyes, an entire planet was perhaps once coated with this great poison. Whatever cataclysm may have ruptured that doomed place must have been mighty indeed. And if other meteors from it spread through space, bearing this evil to the far corners of the universe, we hold fast to the hope that this is not so, that the only surviving remnants of this evil are here on Tlon. Then at least there is hope for its eradication. Well, I will put your hopes at ease. I will put your fears at ease, hopefully. Ah, this is a parasite. Plated parasite. Okay. They're known for their resilience. Morph ball delivered weapon systems. Yeah, that would be so much fun. Yeah, right? Let's hope with Activision out the picture, they're more willing to do that kind of thing. Though people seem to be not overly fond of how they've been handling things since Shadowkeep. I highly disagree with this particular point, but people don't like the season format because, like, someone on Twitter said they want their quest delivery to mean more around the primary DLC release and not during the seasons. I'm like, sorry, you want less story content? Less often? Like, I read their criticisms and I'm like, okay, point taken, but why? I feel like I'm just in a minority. It's like Star Wars Last Jedi all over again. I love it. 99% of everyone else hates it. And, you know, anyone seeing this video in the near future or far future that agrees or disagrees, you know, that's okay. But I still just feel weird because hopefully Last Jedi gets more appreciation in the future and people just get why Rian Johnson did what he did and, you know, all that jazz. But goodness gracious, it still just breaks my heart that everyone hated that movie so much because since 2018, so like the last like 2.5 years, absolutely no one I have talked to has said they even like or even remotely love that movie. It's just straight up, oh my gosh, it was awful. It was the worst thing that happened to Star Wars. It was the worst movie since Attack of the Clones. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, you guys are ridiculous. One guy, this is like a friend I had in person, he's like, you know, I know I made my case. I'm like, I get what he said. I love these bits about it. I understand why people didn't like this. After I made my case, he's like, you know what? I respect that and I appreciate your viewpoint, but you're wrong. And it's like, you just had to say you were wrong. I was wrong, huh? Chozo script translated. Many Chozo are gifted with a distant sight, and even more begin to learn it as our harmonization with the universe becomes more and more complete. We peer forward, seeing prophecy in the ripples of the water, hearing rumors of coming days on the breath of the wind. Breath of the wild. Though we celebrate the distant sight, many of these visions are dark. The worst of the prophecies, and the most common, tells of the coming of the worm. Born from parasites, nurtured in a poisoned womb, the worm grows, devouring from within, until the world begins to rot. Not all prophecies come to pass, of course, but we cannot help but fear this dark portent. Portent is like this dark part, this dark portion. I think those are good synonyms. I'd probably be down to rating D1 sometime. Also, I like Last Jedi as well. Thank you. It was different and setting up for some really cool stuff that was then immediately trashed. That's the only thing I have against episode 9, really. I mean, I felt it in theaters like, wow, this is kind of a breakneck pace. Like, I get it. But, goodness, I wish JJ was a little bit less trying to please everyone and kind of rolled with some of Ryan's energy and choices and took a little more risks. I think bringing Palpatine back was an absolute cop-out. I think the trilogy would have ended better if he had nothing to do with it. Especially because he was a freaking clone. Ugh. I had a great time in theaters. Goodness gracious. It eased my heart to see the Skywalker saga come to an end. After all my life, most of my life, I've known Star Wars. I just, you know. And then, like, Mandalorian has been handled so well. that like one of my friends is just like, I'm just sad that Mandalorian exists in a universe where the sequel trilogy goes where it does. I'm like, you know what? I actually kind of agree. I kind of wish the Mandalorian was canon Star Wars, and I kind of wish the sequels weren't canon anymore. I love episode 7 and 8. I just episode 9 kind of soured the energy that I was hoping the trilogy would build up to. So expectations weren't met pretty much to everyone. Oh no, Chewie's dead. Next scene, oh no, he's fine. That I wish Chewie stayed dead. I wish Chewie had actually died. Sorry, it lost all of its impact. I was shocked when Ray and Ren were tugging on the thing, and she got gritty, and then she zapped it, and seemingly, I'm like, oh my gosh, Ray killing Chewie is something that's the kind of risks I wish they took and stuck with. But then he was on another ship. Suddenly, I'm like, they had time to switch him over. Like, why would they switch him over? Maybe Ren wanted to use him as a bargaining chip to, like, relocate the Wookiee quickly. But yeah, also I wish 3PO or R2 had died. I think one of the droids that's been there from the beginning needed to go. But whatever. It was a happy enough ending. I was like, LOL cowards. That's what I thought too. LOL cowards is very much. Yeah, there was some cowardly stuff in that, but it ended well. But the best part of episode 9, because it was the ultimate fan service I wanted and I did not think I was going to get. The very end, I mean, it was touching to see Luke and Leia smiling at her through the sand, and like, people are like, oh, so dumb, she went Rey Skywalker. I'm like, you're gonna tell everyone you're Emperor Palpatine's granddaughter. Like, you know what? Choosing your family is something you can do. I mean, yeah, sure, she just renamed herself on the fly right there. I'm like, why the heck not? If she's the future of the Jedi, I would be like, you know what, Master Skywalker? Yeah, I like the sound of that. I'm like, you know what, since the Jedi failed, we don't need to call ourselves Jedi. We can be the Skywalker clan. It would be cool if, like, in the next 20 years, after High Republic, they go a couple hundred years past a Skywalker saga, and, like, a Republic's built up again, everything's not perfect, but now the Jedi are the Skywalkers, and the Skywalkers are, they're kind of secretive. They don't just let younglings come and train. Like, you have to seek them out. And there's a lot of interesting stuff that you could do. New Chozo script translated. To the Entrusted One. If you read these words, then our hope has not been in vain. Your path is fraught with danger. Monstrosities beyond description lurk in the shadows, starving, hunting for prey, searching for ways to quench the poisonous urges that bloom in their brains. Some of these are shrewd, but they are blinded by their evil designs. Believing in the black promise of the great poison, they seek to harness it for their own ends. In these last that are the greatest danger, when you rid the universe of these creatures, you will be the true and trusted one. If this game had a more complicated narrative as to what we've been dealing with in the modern day, that would be a point where, like, Samus has a little bit of a, where she's taken aback, she steps back a little bit, she's like, could it really be? And then she, like, moves on, and then as it comes together more, yes, spoiler alert, she is this entrusted one. They have these, like, kind of visions of the future, but they don't see things crisp and, like, like seeing a video. Like, there was an earlier one on one of my past streams that I read, like, oh, there's this liberator that, and sometimes we think we're starting to, before the vision phase, is starting to coalesce into the form of a woman, and it's like, oh, they were actually seeing me, they just didn't know it. Because that's the thing about, no, I think that's the best way to do prophetic stuff in fiction, is you don't see images of how things happen. It makes more sense, and it's just cooler all around for images to not be clear. And so you can interpret the way these prophecies come to pass in all these different ways. So it's like, oh, if it just like, oh, hey, we know that this is what this little girl we've taken in is going to grow up to be. It's like, oh no, it just, this light seems to form into a woman, and it's like, you know, you don't see her in armor or anything like that. I should just get on with the game, shouldn't I? None know if our temple, the cradle, will prove powerful enough to contain this evil forever. For now, it wraps around that abomination, cutting it off from the world above. However, we believe the power of the cipher, which has been produced by linking the 12 artifacts, should be strong enough. The fate of this world is now left to the one who will collect all the artifacts in the future. The time when the entrusted one knows is approaching. I think all three of those were directly referencing. Okay, these two actually go to the entrusted one. This one's talking a bit more about visions, and the opposite, the worm. So it's the worm and the entrusted one in the form of a woman. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. I got sidetracked in talking about Rey taking the name Skywalker. My favorite bit was when she turned on her own light. When she let go of Luke's. I wish also they hadn't repaired Luke's lightsaber. But it is what it is. She has a yellow lightsaber. For the last, 3-4 years, I'm just like, I think Rey should be a Sentinel. She seems, she's a tech smarty. She just, she fixes the Millennium Falcon that fast by herself, not even knowing the ship. And then after episode 8, I'm like, oh, she has the Jedi techs. She's going to be studying those. If she really gets into the mindset of it and becomes like the warrior scholar type, that is what the Jedi Sentinels were with the yellow blades, other than the Jedi Temple Guard during the Republic era. Like the Grand Inquisitor was a Temple Guard, so he had double-bladed yellow lightsaber. I know nothing of Metroid lore, but that sounds neat. Sorry, I'm listening to you while in cutscenes in Final Fantasy XIV. No sweat, dude. You don't owe me anything. You don't have to interact. I'm just glad you're here, and I appreciate that. But thank you for the interaction. I thought Rey's lightsaber was one of the coolest. That hilt, her hilt was amazing. Her hilt was so freaking cool. I was like, oh, she's got her own. She ignites it, and it's yellow. And I squeaked in theaters. That was the greatest bit of fan service. I didn't expect anyone to do that, and I was so happy. And it also makes me sad that Filoni's Duel of the Fate script, which was his own vision of Episode 9, couldn't happen. Because everything I learned about it, I actually think I saved the document before they pulled it off the internet. I think a friend shared it with me. I haven't actually read the Duel of the Fate script, but I've seen concept art that was made up. They were battling for Coruscant. Rey has a double-bladed lightsaber. It's bleared going against Kylo Ren. R2 dies. Finn rallies people in the underbelly of Coruscant. And I'm super sad that Coruscant wasn't used at all, because I was the Hall of the Elders. I was on a security crew for the doors at a Comic-Con about an hour away. I gotta look it up, see if I can find a recording or anything, or the records of it, the event record should exist. I didn't know of Filoni at the time, so if Dave Filoni was actually on the panel, because there were some people that were actual writers for Star Wars, and some of audience question brought up Coruscant, and he said verbatim, "We have plans for Coruscant." This was before Episode 8 came out, I believe. I was hoping maybe we'd see it in Episode 8, so I'm like, okay, it has to be in Episode 9, right? And then it didn't happen, because they made a fustercluck of that trilogy not having a plan. So they, Disney learned from that. Big whoop. One of my buddies showed me all the rejected concept art, and my heart broke. Yep. All my friends in the Halo Collective feel the same way. We really wish Duel of the Fates could have been what we got instead. It was the middle ground between Johnson and Abrams. It would have been the best way. It would have made the sequel trilogy so much better overall, but I think Episode 9 tainted the sequel trilogy more than Episode 8. Hate me in the comments all you want, that's how I feel about it. According to Chozo lore, these statues served as the watchful guardians of tombs and shrines. Its outstretched hands are empty, as if awaiting an offering. I love this music. This is my favorite battle theme outside of the bosses. Chozo ghosts. And I love how they made literal freaking ghosts like a sci-fi entity. Listen to the logbook entry. Aberration. Chozo ghost. Spectral entity. Bioelectric field invulnerable to natural energies. So ice, electricity, the beam weapons other than your power beam. As these entities phase in and out of existence, the only way to track them accurately is with X-ray scanning. This partially phased nature makes them invulnerable to natural energy types such as fire, ice, and electricity, the primary beam weapons, other than your main beam. They're the alternate beams you get through the playthrough, let's call it that. Instead, we got, hey, here's Lando all of a sudden. You like him, right? I think Lando fit in great. I just wish they gave him a little bit more to do. But then he tied back into, oh yeah, Luke and I came here, and you know, they pick up their trail. I think that was one of the better points of that movie. I like that little festival. Also, I'm glad they kept the Rey-Ren Force connection from Episode 8, and they built up on it, so that's one of the things they did super well in Episode 9. They took everything Rian Johnson did great about Ben and Rey with the Force connection, but I'm gonna cut the other crap out for now. But they built up on it instead of just like, you know, they see each other, Rey tries to shoot him, and then they do it again a couple more times, and then they build on it where they're fighting in two separate areas. It was so well shot. The cinematography was really well done for that in Episode 9. Goodness, I gotta go get some water soon. Yeah, it's almost 9 p.m. my time. Gosh, so well done. Especially when their lightsabers, like, damage things, and they spray natural elements through this weird, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey space-time stuff. And when they take down Vader's helmet, he's like, he's in my chambers! So good. And then the Palpatine twist I didn't see coming with Rey. I'm like, oh, wow. I was like, oh. I was there in the moment, because when you watch Star Wars in theaters, you just gotta be like a kid. You can't be overly critical of things, which is why everyone was so harsh on Episode 8. One of my friends even was like, I loved Episode 8 in theaters, and then like after, I just, down the days and weeks, like I just started seeing more problems. Like, okay, see, I respect that, but if you're going into the theater, you're sitting there pouting, why is this happening like this? This is so stupid, this is illogical. That's the thing that bothers me about the critics, the ones that do that. You watch Star Wars with the mind of a child the first time. You get in there, you enjoy it, you let yourself be wowed and blown away. That's what you're supposed to do when you see Star Wars in theaters. And when you find problems later, you know, remember, it's fiction, it's fantasy. It's not just sci-fi, it's fantasy. Watch the Cinema Wins video on Episode 8, and the guy breaks down a lot of the concerns I have in my head that I want to churn out. So yeah, Chozo ghosts are drawn to Chozo religious sites where they wreak havoc upon anything that dares enter the area. So they phase out of visible space from time to time. And they shoot weird energy. And Chozo log entries that we'll see in the future detail how the corruption that affects the Chozo actually, like, pulls their minds. It just pulls their consciousness away and takes them over. And then, like, they don't just, like, you know, it's not like a manifestation of the spirit as theologically we picture it. It seems more of, it's taken the intellect of our kind and twisted it and then they lose all that's good about them, and they, like the scan says, wreak havoc on anything that enters holy site areas, while taking the fantasy-like terms of the Chozo, like, hey, we've spent eons in space and on Talon 4, this planet we're on. We choose to live a life free of super advanced technology. We want to be in harmony with the world. They let trees grow, and then they direct their branches to make bridges instead of cutting them down or like force accelerating all the growth. They live in harmony with the world. Like, we seem to be having visions now. It's like, because reasons. It's just like we're opening up to the universe more by being more harmonious, not relying on technology. So you take that mindset, and they're just starting to harmonize with the universe enough to literally start kind of somehow seeing the future, even vaguely. When you consider how that works with the Chozo ghosts are probably some of the ones that have the gift of sight, and what allows them to be the hostile ghost is the one that's been so connected with the universe and higher planes of thinking that the poison actually corrupts that and allows them to become a manifestation of spirit. You know? It's interesting sci-fi. I like to think about that kind of stuff. The bits where Ray and Ren was pretty great. I definitely try to let myself enjoy things during movies, because I agree, people who go into them immediately hating it are super toxic. That's why people who just review bomb with negative scores, I'm just like, okay, if you really just try to see, instead of saying, oh, that doesn't make sense because would you really behave super intellectually based and not be driven by emotion when the characters are clearly driven by emotion? It's like, why didn't Holdo tell Poe the plan? Cinema Wins' video again explains this pretty well. It's just like, she's an admiral, he was a captain or a commander, he was demoted. In real life, a captain doesn't talk back to an admiral. That was realistic. I mean, even for convenience of the plot's sake, Holdo can't trust people. They're being tracked through hyperspace, which is apparently impossible. They don't know that Rose is like, oh, hey, and then Finn was an Imperial defector. He knew they could probably have that kind of technology, so an engineer with that kind of experience, like Rose, and them go for it. Of course they're not going to tell Holdo. They don't trust her. She doesn't trust her own crew, for the most part, probably, because they might have a traitor aboard. She has no reason to trust Poe, and I'm like, you know what? I respect that. I totally get that. So, there are always circumstances where, and he says this in his video too, you can't just look at things from your omniscient perspective, because we're viewing the narrative of the film. We're seeing people, planets, and solar systems apart. It just makes sense. It makes complete sense. You can't look at things with your omniscient perspective, because that's what we are as viewers. We get to see how all these pieces work together. Haldo's perspective in the universe is not as advanced as ours, so she did things logically, as far as I'm concerned, and Poe's mistakes cost the Resistance many, many lives. That kind of thing happens. Bad choices happen. Also random, but that light speed scene in episode 8 still gives me goosebumps. That was probably the biggest wow moment in that entire movie for me, overall. There were a lot of great things. Yoda melted my heart the most. Holdo's light speed 1 in a million ramming shot was the biggest jaw dropper, and of course the silence. But that was the biggest goosebump moment, like you said. And my overall favorite was, yeah, Yoda. The best teacher, failure is. that means different things to different people. I love episode 8 so much, in great part because of that scene. I felt like a failure a lot in my life. The fact of the matter is, our failures teach us a lot of our greatest lessons. And even though people were like, oh yeah, failure's the moral of the story because Ryan Johnson failed. I'm like, that's why. That's why the entire second act at Canto Bight was a complete failure, is because it serves the point of the movie and the narrative. And if that affects you like it affected me, you probably liked episode 8 a lot more than 90% of the fan base, just like I do. I'm talking a lot about Star Wars right now. That's okay, because I tweeted we were talking about Star Wars. I really enjoyed how that movie had a lot to do with failure. Yeah. It served as a really good reminder, and I've had a lot of failures at work over the last like 4 months. So I've had a lot of really, really low lows. Episode 8 helped me remember that failing is a step to improvement. And failure is something you're not going to escape. I'm going to have failure streams for a while. And even if I start growing and growing, I might make some kind of mistake. Maybe I did something stupid and controversial, like PewDiePie saying the N-word, you know? And that could, like, you know, those are the kinds of failures that make a difference in the long run, because, hey, like, if that kind of thing happened to me 10 years from now, I'd be better off knowing how I recuperated from my mistakes and how it's affected what I am able to become because of those mistakes. So, all of our greatest mistakes in our past brought us to where we are right now. And all the strength you have now is because of not just the things you've succeeded in, but the things you've failed in. So, a little bit of an expansion of how episode 8's theme affected me. And if you feel that, if you're feeling that right now listening to this, whether you're watching on my YouTube channel in the future, or I got one viewer, so it's just Untyped Damage listening to me right now. If you're hearing this and you're feeling that, then I'm glad I was helping with that at all, you know? Alright, back to the game. New Chozo lore entry. Chozo script translated. Alright, this should be the last Chozo lore for a little while. Things bound to earthly shapes are temporal and frail. Existing in a single dimension, they are fragile, vulnerable, and ultimately mortal. However, not all things obey this law. Shapeless, they wait beyond the realm of perception, emerging only when one arrives who can feel their presence. Such is the will of the Chozo. Our will to defeat the evil seeping into this planet remains. We desire only to see the darkness meet its end. The will of the Chozo has no mind or reasoning of its own, though. This will be the entrusted one's trial. I really like that one. Okay, so... Oh, right, we got to... So, the Chozo Elder statue, in regular formation without a orb activated, sends us up to up. So we have 3 energy sources blocking off 3 energy shields. The wave beam is an electric beam, so it's put me up here. Basically, each elemental beam allows you access to something else. The white ice beam and the red plasma beam I'll unlock later will lead to, I think, an energy tank. The ice beam leads to an energy tank. I'll open that one soon. The plasma beam locks off the Chozo artifact. I need 12 of these MacGuffin artifacts to gain access to the final area with the final boss. So that's the point of the game. Oh, no, there's a scan right here. Alright, now I have access to up here. I can just jump up to get out of here. Climate anomaly detected. It's a really low temperature area over here, and there doesn't seem to be any environmental cause for it, so whatever anomaly is causing it, Drain shutoff is holding. Maintain water pool levels of the reflecting pool at 95%. Those creatures off the sides are called stone toads. They're just these docile creatures that sit there and wait for something worthy of eating to come across its gaze. If it can't digest it, it spits it out. But I need them out of the way, so I'm going to blow them up from the inside. We need the half-pipe structure and the... freaking pipe. And the boost ball. Keep swinging back with our momentum. Alright, now that we're on the upper level. Oh, that anomaly is in an antechamber off the side. Alright, save station. I will activate that shortly. Alright, power up, baby. Woo. Ice beam. Yeah, I got a arm cannon replica from Metroid. Saved it for this occasion. I did it when I got the wave beam a couple streams ago, and I'm gonna do it when I get the plasma beam later. Alright. Now it's slower firing, but it has some power behind it, and it also gives me access to white energy shield doors. Alright, before we move on, let me go save my data. Shield restoration isn't needed, but I would very much like to have data security. This would be a really, really crappy time for the power grid to go out. Not just cut off my stream, but probably corrupt my game data. I would hate to get my Wii save data, my Wii U save data corrupted right now. That would be awful, because it would probably not just mess up the Metroid Prime Trilogy game file, it might mess up the entire Metroid Prime Trilogy's on my system save data, which is 3 separate files of multiple playthroughs of each Metroid Prime game. That would be an atrocious loss. But I haven't had a data corruption incident on a Wii system. I haven't had a data corruption issue since the PS2 era. I accidentally got my older sister's Kingdom Hearts save corrupted. The first Kingdom Hearts game. She was in Agrabah, deep in the Cave of Wonders at the save before Jafar. That's where she was. I remember that because I remember the day I got her freaking data erased. I'm so sorry, Heather. And then my poor younger sister, I also screwed up a save file of hers. I might have cost someone their game data on the N64. Aiden Chronicles, the First Mage, my favorite underrated fantasy game ever. Aiden Chronicles the First Mage is an awesome story with a unique fantasy world that doesn't rely on the usual tropes like elves and dwarves. They actually have their own. They have 2 species other than humans. They actually have a few. There's the Chaos faction is like these demonic creature types. But then, other than humans, and there's like 2 kingdoms occupying the land, they have these they're like a cross of the mannerisms of the living spaces of dwarves and the stature of hobbits. They're called the Mirari. They live in mountain caves. They love gemstones. They're traders and all that jazz, but they also have these like bowls coming off of the mountainside type houses with stained glass windows and like yellows and purples and reds, and then they have these resting spaces that are like circular, and they have like a few dozen throw pillows. And then, like, the merchants will sit on pillows in the caves. They have people that, you know, that teach you mercantile skills. They teach short sword. And the Mirari were just really cool. And, like, if you speak wrong to them, you can offend them. So they have some of the sensibilities of elves, the gemstone and cave dwelling of dwarves, because they don't have beards. They sometimes have mustaches, but they don't have beards. And then they're halflings. On that alone, they're so freaking cool. But then, in the deserts to the south, they have the Jundar. They were at war with humans, with the main character's actually kingdom. The kingdom he hails from, he's a squire for... I don't remember the kingdom's name anymore. The main character's name is Alaron, but the Jundar were at war with them. They had a truce however many decades ago. I think the king... It was in his time that they established that peace, and then the Jundar, you visit them in the desert late in the game. They're these darker-skinned humanoid people. They are tall. They are very tall. They have this isolated city out in the desert that has its own unique architecture. They have this arcana knowledge that makes them an asset to your character and his party when they visit them later in the game. And those guys deal with wights and undead enemies more than most other areas in the world. And just, I can't even do it justice. The Jundar, they dress cool. They teach you all kinds of different skills. They have some crazy cool architecture, even in this crappy old N64 RPG. It's just incredible, and those are the only two races. It's Man, Mirari, and Jundar. And then there's the Chaos baddies that... Chaos, like... They're like either a fairy tale or they haven't been seen in a couple hundred years. I should just talk about this stuff while I play. Where the friggin' crash side again from the other side. I love it. One small shot of the ice beam touches them, and you can shoot them down with a missile. So, one tap of A, one tap of D-pad down, and you can kill an arrow trooper instead of using super missiles. So, goodness gracious, that's part of why I think Aiden Chronicles, A-I-D-Y-N, Aiden Chronicles, the first mage, Nintendo 64, it was a THQ game from back in the day. That studio, I believe, was closed down sometime in the last 10, 15 years. I wish that game could get, like, one of the big studios in the modern era to, like, hey, this is an interesting property. If no one, like, directly owns the rights to it or someone wants to buy it, I mean, I wouldn't want, like, Bethesda to make it. I would want someone that doesn't have experience in the field to recreate or reboot or remake this game. Either a remake of Aiden Chronicles, the first mage from N64, or they do a new game in the series in that world. Honestly, I probably just want them to do, like, an HD version on par with Halo 2 Anniversary. You know, they take the plot, the characters, the story, and they just recreate it in the modern age. Not Halo 2 Anniversary, like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think that is the ideal way to bring Aiden Chronicles into the modern era, but it's never gonna happen, let's be real. That's just a dream I have. Like, oh hey, it would be cool if someone got the licensing to Aiden Chronicles and brought that back. I also hope, this one's more likely, I hope Shadowgate could someday get a modern iteration. I think that would be a really cool property to resurrect because, again, N64, Shadowgate 64, Trials of the Four Towers. It's a great puzzle game with, again, a pretty freaking unique fantasy world. I mean, they have dwarves in this one. You actually meet a few. They're soldiers, and then there's this dark sorcerer guy who's actually not the legit villain, even though he kind of looks like it. It's funny because this guy's like a villain character, and you see him You see like one little cinematic of him entering the Shadowgate town that the entire game is set in. And yeah, there are 4 towers, and you do go to all 4 of them. Well, he's trying to enact his part in this devious plot to resurrect some ancient Dark Lord kind of crap. He's okay. Spoiler alerts if you give a crap about this game. La 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 your ears if you don't want to hear it, or skip ahead 15-20 seconds. He's trying to recreate this magical staff and summon this big omniscient Dark Lord, and the thing, like, he's trying to incantation him back to life, and the thing, like, goes berserk and just blows him up. So this guy's supposed to be a baddie, is just done it like that. Okay, spoiler time over. Yeah, it was an. Oh, I can't go back. I can't get up to that door again. So, with the ice beam, I have access to some nifty crap in Phendrana Drifts. After I killed Thardus, the last boss, I got out of the area, but there was a white door, so I have access to these white energy doors now. I'm going to have to go back through Chozo Ruins. Actually, no, I'm gonna take the high road up here in front of me, and I'm gonna go back to Magmoor Caverns. That's gonna be faster. 2 hours and 10 minutes into the stream. I've been playing for about 2 hours though on the dot. It took me like 7-8 minutes to start actually playing. It doesn't feel like 2 hours. I feel like it's been more like 3 hours. I feel like I've been talking for a while. These blood flowers are super interesting. The poison globules they emit are deadly to them as well. But these sap sack plants were so sweet, they almost got eaten out of existence by predators. So just before they went extinct, they evolved this little big boom protocol. So only sturdy or smart or brave creatures try to eat them anymore. Because if you disrupt them the wrong way, they will blow up in your face. And so you can use these sap sacks to... they're easy to rupture, you can detonate them, and you can kill enemies. And they do a ton of damage. They probably do something akin to a super missile's worth of damage. It's just super nice. You don't get very many opportunities to blow up a sap sack and kill something in this game. But every time you go through that room, every time I go through that room, that's how I do it. I only kill them with their poison once in the blue moon, and once you get the plasma beam, you can just shoot them with the pure heat gun and wipe them out. Okay, so we want to go west. We want the Phendrana Drift south. That's the, that takes me to that white door after Thardus that I was needing to go through. Now that I have access to it, my next primary upgrade is there. So we're going to go to my favorite area of Phendrana Drifts, and then once we find the save station there, I'm going to wrap up the stream. It's getting to 9:30. I want to do a couple other things before I go to sleep. And then, honestly, I might come back and stream this again tomorrow night. Especially if I can get 2 viewers again or something like that. Hope Final Fantasy 14 is going good for you, Damage. I tried to sign up on that once. A friend was trying to get me into it, and I didn't get past the I didn't get past character creation, sadly. There was also the fact that it wanted me to, I don't remember if it was subscription or not. Something kept me from actually trying to log into the world, though, and I think it was some kind of login thing, or I think I had to do like a Square Enix profile that I didn't have and I didn't want to make. I think that's what it was. I think that's what kept me from playing. But hey, I hear Shadowbringers is doing great, and then what's the, if you got a moment, Damage, what's the, either the current DLC, if it's not Shadowbringers, or the next upcoming? Because I know Either something has been happening recently or something was announced recently, like DLC wise. I just wish I had the grapple beam right now. These guys have a vulnerable nerve center, keeping their top and bottom halves together. If you agitate it, they go into a defensive state, and ow! You can use them as platforms for a limited time. Otherwise, they splash in the lava and try to get crap all over you. Little weirdos. I don't have my grapple beam. It was damaged in the prologue of the game. So I have to find an upgrade somewhere. Sadly, you get gravity beam. Not gravity beam. There's not a gravity beam. The grapple, of the 3 Prime games, you get it latest in this game. You get it about in the middle of Prime 2. You get grapple swing pretty early in Prime 3. And after the next primary upgrade, I can actually get the Super Beam variation missile beam combo for the wave beam. And then once I get the power bombs, I will have access to the ice beam version of the beam missile combo. Okay. Nope, never mind, I need wave beam to get out of here. Hop these stairs and get back through the tunnel that takes me back to Phendrana Drifts, which is the ice and snow area on Talon 4. I'm in Magmore Caverns, which is just the heat area. Talon Overworld is the, like the hub area that kind of links things together. Kind of feels like the Darkroot Garden, Darkroot Basin of Dark Souls fame, but in Metroid Prime. Because you can you can't get to Phendrana Drifts from Talon Overworld, but you can get to Magmore Caverns, where I just came from, Chozo Ruins, and then the last main area of the game, also the final area of the game. And sorry, I need to do that off camera. Brain fart. I just need to clean up my nostrils. There's something agitating me right now, but I don't need to do that on camera. I might have to go back down there. I might have to go back down that elevator because there was a door that led to a save station. You're intended to use it after you beat Thardus. Alright, I'm in Techno Wublub land. This is Phendrana's Edge. This is the farther reaches of Phendrana Drifts that don't have very many actual predators in them. The Sheegoths are all based out here in the northern sector. This southern tail region is mostly caves. And then this is a connector to the Space Pirate Research Facility, where I got the thermal visor. Okay, and once I have the plasma beam, I do have to go back through that base to get a Chozo artifact. But there's no more gear. There might be a missile expansion. Playing the base game almost in the second expansion. I believe the free trial also lets you play through the base game in the first expansion. I was wrong. Base game and first expansion is included in free trial. So if I want to play Final Fantasy XIV, I just need to suck it up and sign up for whatever I didn't want to put the time in for last time. Pretty sure if there's any pickups for me to get for my 100% completion, I know I don't have any in there. Research Lab Hydra, I believe, is clear. And then the control tower has the Chozo artifact. I don't think there are any more missile expansions. I'm gonna consult a guide or just like a map if someone's got like an interface that lets them view the world map and like, oh hey, here's a white dot, you click on it. This is a missile expansion. Here's a description how to get it. Like the Breath of the Wild map that gives you it gives you literally everything. It tells you shrines, vendors, but it also gives you the Korok seeds. So if you wanna go to for completion, you do that. I gotta see if anyone's got the Metroid Prime version of that, so that I can check some places. Like, oh, I'm pretty sure I got nothing left there. I'm gonna look over it in my free time later. I'm positive nothing's there, but I'm not dead certain the research lab doesn't have anything. This is the way. This is the way. Okay, so we're gonna go for the save station down in this region. And let me scan the ice beetle. I'm pretty sure I already got it. Okay, cool beans. And then scarabs are hanging out in Fendrana Drifts of all places. My favorite. Glider, a docile airborne creature with unusual magnetic properties. Gliders live a relatively peaceful existence. They have a magnetic signature attuned to common grapple beam technology. The sport of glider riding involves using a grapple to attach to a glider, then staying on it as long as possible. I love how it's a floating grapple beam point. So you wait for it to get into the right location, you grapple to it, and the thing like it groans and it hangs in place. Once you disconnect, it's like, oh, I'm free, and then it goes. This one clearly isn't angry enough because glider riding, you hook onto it, you freak the thing out like a bull, and then it flies around probably trying to freaking knock you off. And then this is our first introduction. The entire series, you only fight regular Metroids in, Metroid 1, Return of Samus on original Game Boy, Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo, and then Metroid Fusion came out the same day as this one, pretty much. Every other Metroid game, so 4 Metroid games existed by or before Metroid Prime came out. You only killed regular Metroids. This is the first non-standard Metroid you ever encounter. The Hunter Metroid, an adolescent Metroid, energy siphon tentacle increases threat level. As Metroids develop, they become more efficient predators. An energy-draining tentacle allows them to attack at a distance. Quick to anger, a Hunter Metroid will charge troublesome prey and attempt to ram them into submission. It throws its jelly head at you. Cold-based attacks are still quite effective against these creatures. And then they grow in mass when they get extra battered for some weird reason. Because they're energy siphoning creatures, you're putting some form of energy into them, so even though you're harming them, they're able to grow. And then once you've made them grow, they're only at 25% health. But yeah, the Hunter Metroid is aesthetically my favorite Metroid in the series. Hunters look so freaking cool. Gotta get a precision hit on this bugger. Alright, I need to change the setting. Make it function like the original GameCube version, where when you lock on, it aims at the lock on. There was no free look in the GameCube version. It helps you hit things like that, though, because you still have to hit in the precise location. So I'm glad that's a feature, because it is very helpful in a couple instances in this game. And there are some instances in Prime 2, which was also GameCube exclusive before the Prime Trilogy port, where they retooled the control schemes, that allows the no free roam to be very beneficial. So my ship hasn't told me yet, but somewhere off, it's actually just east of here. there is an energy signature of gravimetric disturbances. So something is messing with gravity, and my ship detects it all the way from Talon Overworld, and it will give me the coordinates once it's the hint system. So once you've been roaming around and you haven't gotten your next objective, chronologically, the ship will give you this, hey, we found this scan, and you can turn the hint system off too, but it actually calls it a hint system in the menus. And I super love it because Metroid Prime trilogy has the best ways of delivering, hey, go this way and do this, in any video game I've ever seen. It does it so well. And I've spent this entire 100% playthrough of Metroid Prime that I've done in the last like 3-4 streams, gushing over how much I just freaking love this game. How technically impressive it was for the time. All the great things it's done for game development, and just how ahead of its time it was. Alright, got full energy tanks worth of energy out of those guys. Alright, so I can't ascend higher because I can't grapple over there. Alright, scans show that there is a wave beam door underneath me though. Oh, we don't need scan visor. Alright, down we go. An aquatic predator, the Jelzap, made of electrically bound skeletal halves. Jelzap's brain is located in the upper half, while the heart and digestive tract occupy the lower half. Linked only by electrical impulses, the two halves somehow function effectively enough to launch the Jelzap to the top of the aquatic food chain on the planet. That is some cool sci-fi. Once you get on his level, however, electricity disrupts electric neural connections. Oh, good gravy. Gravity pulses located. Ow. I didn't think it was going to come in that soon, so. You gotta get up in front of him, and then it also scrambles your visuals on your visor a little bit too, which is just an added touch that Retro Studios certainly didn't need to put in, but also, you see that if a charge shot disperses close enough to you, it shows your eye's reflection in the visor. Did it again. And then the Talon Overworld area, the hub that you start in, has rainfall, and raindrops appear on your visor. But that's not all. If you go into more of a cave-like recess, where rain's not falling down, it stops. So they programmed areas. So they programmed not only, oh hey, there's this raindrop effect that we can put on you. It goes off when you step into certain areas. And the fact that they put the time, coding, and effort in general into that, just for a 2002 game, a 2002 GameCube game, that kind of attention to detail was not common at that time. And this is the first gaming generation past the N64. I'm astounded by how well they made this game. Okay, what do we got? Super random, but you look super familiar. Like, I feel like I've met you before. Not to be weird or anything. I don't know. You're not a... your high school isn't Wolverines, is it? I don't know. I know someone in our chat group is in the same state I'm in, Utah. If you've been with me long enough, you know I'm in the state of Utah. So if there was any possible way you lived in Utah, maybe we went to school together. No, Warriors. gonna see if there's a high school in this area in Warriors. In any case, talk about that in the chat. That would be interesting. We'll see if we've crossed paths at any point. Streaming Rust. What is Rust? What is that game? You're in Utah as well. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I know you work with your warehouse people, and I got a couple friends in our warehouse area that, and we already talked about this on Destiny the other night. We don't work for the same company, but yeah, I'll hit you up in the chat, and we'll see if there's any way we could have crossed paths. Oh, there are a couple gel zaps underneath, and they put them in the perfect place to absolutely wreck them. There might be another stalactite up there. I just don't have an angle on it. Okay, there's a standard grapple point, and yeah, regular old gel zap. Oh, dang it. That was my save station. I passed it up already. So, alright, we're going to go check out this gravimetric disturbance. Son of a whore. Alright, it detects a predator. It's like, I want to eat ya. And then, nope, he's got the stuff to kill me. Sorry, I'm the apex predator in the water now. I would be if I could move in water. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Foreshadowing. Ow, ow. Stupid flicker bat. Stop it. Turd blossom. Fly outside of your circle for once, you know? God, pick a lane, buddy. Read the road, bro. Shoot the door open ahead of time. Despite how awesome of a space bounty hunter you are greatly restricted in water still. I mean, you are in a pretty heavy metal suit. However advanced it is, can't move through water very well yet. Aqua Reaper. Similar in nature to the Reaper vine up on the surface, we saw these things with scythes on the end of their arms and a single eye in the Chozo ruins. These are similar to those. Shares the poor vision of its rock-dwelling cousin, relying on a crude sonar to seek prey. Unhindered by water, the Aqua Reaper has considerable speed and strength. Yep, I got close enough for it to scramble my visor, and then it just does soft reset on the visuals, which it did very quickly and very efficiently. Suit upgrade. Alright. Second best suit in the game. I love the look of this suit, but there is, if you look in your inventory logbook, there actually is one more suit upgrade you can get after this one. Hopefully damage will be in the stream when I get it next, so sometime in the next week or two I'll get to that point. Hopefully you're in the stream to see it because it looks amazing. I'm not going to spoil it for you. This is the gravity suit. It gives us better vision and movement speed in water, so it's like we're on the surface. Movement in liquid environments is no longer hindered. Biology gallery unlocked for purchase, and you have to use these credits you earn by accomplishing feats and killing bosses. They add this whole unlock system for the Metroid Prime trilogy, and there are tokens you can earn in all 3 games. And there's one currency of token that's unique to each game. I'll show you. It's interesting because the sucky thing is they have these green ones. Orange are for boss kills in Prime 1. Silver are for boss kills in Prime 2. And then I think Prime 3s were like dark blue, purple after the Phazon theme. But there are these green ones that are only unlocked from Wii friend vouchers, which the online components have been offline for some years now, so there's a deal of content that you can't unlock anymore because you can't get those green credits from the voucher functions. So not only is double jump useful, I can see where the heck I'm going. Also, frozen anglerfish looking sons of biznitches. Also, I can jump up here now. Alright, get out of the gravity chamber. Because these ice caves are so cool. I love how well designed this world is. Oh, security drones. These are space pirate technology. They use them to patrol. And they also have turrets for arms. And boy, do they get aggressive. They can smack you with bullets so freaking fast. And on hyper mode, the highest difficulty setting, where you take like triple the damage from normal mode, they can hack off your health in no time. Hunter Cave, because Hunter Metroids dwell in here. And then those are Space Pirate Aero Troopers with multi-missile launchers on their backs, trying to kill me. Quite poorly. They don't have powerful enough weapons to actually kill me with 7 full energy tanks. Because their main arm cannons, like, I don't know, maybe they do between 5 and 10 energy units of damage each. And if the missiles actually connected, they're pretty easy to dodge. The missiles could probably knock off. This is veteran difficulty, 1 step above normal, 1 step below hyper mode. They probably do at least, I don't know, 10 to 20. Okay, their repeater cannon hits me for 8 damage. Not bad. Their kamikaze strike once they take enough damage, however. Okay, the missiles actually took 8 off me as well. So if they compound their damage, they could do a good deal to me. But I got like either 20 or 50 energy back from the one I just killed. They're probably both giving me 100 energy units. Nice, that looks sick. Yeah, right? Alright, now that I have the ice beam and the gravity suit, I have access to the prologue area, which was on a space pirate research frigate up in orbit. The thing self-destructed shortly after I arrived and killed the intro boss. That thing crashed on the planet, and now its submerged wreckage is available for me to not only get to the entrance of, but to explore in depth. And that will lead us to the final main area of the game, and we'll see that next stream. I'm just going to get to a save station. Okay. Going to go to the save station down here, actually. Then I'll show you. I'll go unlock some galleries. Show you some concept art before I end the stream here, yeah? Oh crap, it's almost 10 p.m. Hopefully my sister's not in bed. She probably would have come in, because she's across the hall from me. Nope, nope, nope. Wrong way. Logbook. There we go. Okay, 18 enemy scans remaining. These last 4 are The final two are the final boss. The final boss is two separate scan entries. The overall best boss in the game, in my opinion. And then the next boss has one of the coolest concepts and is the hardest in the game, in my opinion. But so take those out. We have 14 non-boss enemy scans to get. Missing 3 research entries. I can't get the grapple point because I don't have the grapple beam yet. Grapple point. What are the other two? Is one of them a blast shield for a door that I haven't seen yet? I think Prime 1 only has regular missile blast shields. It's not a... Artifact scans are down in a different category. There's not one tied to the power bomb. So... Locked door. Missile locked door. The gunship, spider ball track spinner, bomb slot, map station, save station. I got all 3 missile ammos. I got all 3 energy pickups. So I missed, let's see, save station, map station. There's a missile recharge station. There's a missile recharge station. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, there's just one I'm forgetting then. Then there's, that's the artifact of Newborn. Yes, the last Chozo artifact technically is the artifact of Newborn. It's not usually the last one I get, but it's one of the later ones. And then there might be a couple more scans I can get. Alright. Alright. Back to the menus we go. Hey, thanks for sticking out on chat so long, man. Thank you for the other viewer who was lurking. Appreciate you helping my viewership. I've been an affiliate for a little while, but people like you eventually are going to get me to partner, baby. Can't wait. I'd like to... It'd be cool if I could hit partner this year. That'd be cool to have that much growth. So I have... This is the one I made specifically to do 100% playthroughs. But I have beaten Metroid Prime on Veteran and Hyper Mode. And I'm in the late game on Veteran on Metroid Prime 2 and 3. And then the file that was in place here, I had like 2 completions on every game. But I'm not that kind of completionist, so... So we will go into my... We'll go into my oldest file here. I'm pretty sure the Wii save data one I have... My sister actually has my Wii copy of this game, the collector's edition. Extras. So... Okay, never mind. Purple is the Prime 3. No, purple is Prime 2, orange is Prime 1, silver is Prime 3. Those are the friend vouchers, and the green. And then these are for killing bosses or mini bosses in their respective games. This is for... Red is for numbers of creatures killed. Blues are for, I think, like research entries you've unlocked. And then yellows are for special other things that you can do. Most of the red ones, blue and yellow ones, come out of Metroid Prime 3. Prime 1 and 2, because Metroid Prime 3 introduced the whole token thing to begin with. Like, instead of making a bunch of new token things, like, hey, we're just going to give the old games boss vouchers. The rest of these you get in Metroid Prime 3. Send a friend voucher to someone on your friend roster. They can convert it to a friend credit. And we can't do this anymore. That's why you can't earn any of these. However, I did this before those went down, so I actually do have some of those vouchers. Or actually, I have vouchers I could send if the online function were still supported, which they are not. And that's also useless because I can't configure anymore. So soundtrack gallery, you unlock stuff from their respective games. Splinter Hive is from Prime 2, Dark Trooper is Prime 2, Crash Ship is Prime 1. And then Metroid Prime 3 Corruption theme, so I need 4 reds, 2 blues, 1 yellow. And you unlock stuff like this. So we have soundtrack, concept gallery, and bonuses. So Metroid Prime, this is the world gallery. Yeah, dude, it was good to chat about Star Wars and Destiny and stuff. Yeah, man, thanks a lot. Thanks for helping with that. So this is developer insight right here. Impact Crater, that's a spoiler. I'm not going to talk about that. These are like panels. This is like space pirate ship walls, like just like engineering. Like, oh hey, here's little tube capsules and crap. They hold their specimens in for biological research. More of these concepts. Magnetic induction lift. Reset groove with pads. Maybe pads glow amber. Developer commentary, basically. Elevator wall tracks, so basic floor panels. Wall panels, magnetic induction. This might be for like elevators that you use in the Space Pirate ship at the beginning of the game. This might be Chozo architecture because there's intertwining branches, decrepit stone formations. Continued. Can't read them very well, so more natural and energy, steam processing, cutting into the walls of the Chozo ruins, because we've seen stonework intermingled with not super advanced technology, but like steampunk kind of looking crap, you know? Now this is the interesting shiz. That is actually from the final room in the game. That's from a final boss area. And then they colorized it, baby. It's like storyboard stuff, man. I love it. God, these things are so cool, man. I love this stuff. I know exactly what that is. In Vendrana Dress in the cold area, on top of the Space Pirate Research Base, there's a Chozo artifact I need to get to the final area. I have to blow this thing up to get access to it. So that is these red things are volatile, and I blow it up, it dislodges this tower, knocks it over, and I can get inside it. That's the Choto artifact symbol right there. And that is the artifact temple. That is concept art. Promo art package. Heck yeah, man. Alright, I want to see it. Let's go. This is Metroid Prime 2. These are Galactic Federation Marines. The Luminoth, they are the sentient species on the planet Aether in the second game. And that is their leader, Yumos. All of his other kind are in cryogenic stasis. Those are the Ing. Those are their mortal enemies. And that is the titular antagonist of the Prime series, Dark Samus. Oh, no, wait, that's actually Samus herself. That one in blue is Dark Samus. We encountered Dark Samus for the first time in Prime 2, so. And yeah, I actually believe that is part of the GameCube box art. Seen those before. That is so cool. I love this one. That, I actually really like that. I like the gray scale. The black and white on a solid red background. These are baller too. That was high res for the day. That's really cool. This one's really cool. Oh, the memories are all coming back to me. That is the, what was it? Like fall. It was a fall, I think, 2004 Game Informer issue. I think I have it on hand. I have it. That's the image. I've kept this after all these years. This is the first video game magazine I ever had. It's world exclusive, Metroid Prime 2. It's battered. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The future of handheld gaming, PSP. And then Star Wars KOTOR 2 and Twilight Princess before we knew it was Twilight Princess. MLB Slugfest loaded for PlayStation 2, powered by GameSpy. Sony's E3 press conference. PSP leads Sony's charge. PS2 goes to 149. Holy crap, those were the days. Sony introduces the PSP, final specs and hardware announced. Gran Turismo 4. Running an actual video, pictured above. Metal Gear Acid. Armored Core Formula Front. Ape Escape. Darkstalkers Chronicles. Death Jr. Medieval. Nice. Spider-Man 2 the movie. Tales of Eternia. World Tour Soccer 2005. Oh my gosh, this is also freaking old. An interview with Sony's Kazuhira on the PSP. CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment America. Wait. Developers on PSP. Hideo Kojima. Creator of Metal Gear series. Oh, David Dock, director of Free Radical Design. David Dock, he cameoed in GoldenEye on the N64 as Dr. Dock in the facility level on Secret and Double O Agent difficulty. You had to talk to him to get access to the last room in the mission. Front mission 4, dominate the future. Mechanized combat. Microsoft press conference, Xbox puts the focus on games. Halo 2 is coming out on November 9th, and Microsoft's Pete Moore got the fake tattoo to prove it. Nintendo President Satoru Iwata detailed Nintendo's plans for both the DS and the future home console systems. E3 2004 Nintendo press conference. They've got a new attitude. There's Reggie and Iwata. Oh my heart. Simpler times, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my freaking gosh. Oh my freaking gosh, that's literally what it says, except it says, I don't take God's name in vain, but look, it's the man, the myth, the legend himself. Why can't I remember his bloody name? Shigeru Miyamoto, yeah. The iconic Master Sword and Hylian shield pose. Viva Reggie! The coming revolution. Oh my gosh, remember how the Wii's codename was Revolution? And then, alright, we're rounding out the night with this. Yes, with Metroid Prime Hunters, baby. I actually found one of those promo chips. First Hunt, Metroid Prime Hunters. The ultimate collection of Mega Man's finest adventures on Game Boy Advance. Simpler times, man. Alright, let's get through the last promo art package. Images. Crisp. Then concept. cover art that didn't come through. And then that is very much not the Metroid Prime 2 cover I know and love, but it's really good. Okay, so I haven't completed Prime 2 on this account, that's why. Man, I gotta see if my sister can get my Wii copy up to me. Screenshot tool. Oh, yeah, I can't unlock this on this version. But dioramas, and this is mostly, yeah, there's a Mii bobblehead you can unlock in Prime 3 in your gunship because you can get inside the cockpit. Let's see if I can unlock the fusion suit. Nope, I have to beat the game to unlock it. That's right, you can only get that thing by connecting a Game Boy Advance to your GameCube with a copy of Metroid Fusion, and then you can play in the fusion suit for Metroid Fusion in Metroid Prime. Superb. Alright, that's all she wrote, so thanks a lot, Untyped, for coming along. You're by far the MVP of the stream. Love you, man. You're my homeboy. I'll see you in chat, and I'll definitely see you on Friday for that next DSC run in Destiny 2. And as for everyone else watching, whether you're in the chat right now, Spencer, my man! Good to have you, Spence. Thanks for coming along. Yeah, thank you very much. I just jumped to 3 viewers right at the end of the freaking stream. Tell me how you're doing, Spence. I'm just logging off now in a minute here, but tell me how you're doing first. And then, if you're watching on my YouTube channel in the future, where was I going with that? Yeah, hopefully I'll have the next episode of Prime up soon, so I'll stream this again and I'll upload that. I'll see you guys in the next video and in the next stream. Alright, guys. Peace the freak out. Boom.